What's going on, guys? Church here again. Uh, yeah, the news and updates are plentiful these last few days. First, we had the Grimex. Well, technically, this was first, but I did that video first. But yeah, we had the Grimex tier list. I'll put a link to that video and a link to the link in the description down below for this one. But we also have the January patch notes. I skimmed through some of these. Some pretty interesting stuff actually. So yeah, let's get right into it here. So January 24th, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., 1 p.m. PDT. Was that 10 a.m. Eastern then? I guess. To be decided. Whatever. Platinum collection. Level designer, busy working on a new map. That's always good. Kraz continue to play the game, gather feedback on results. Fixes to 13 maps. That's good. Map fixes are good. We have Quirk adjustments to a bunch of stuff. Hatch and Man pack update. Items, 30-day extension, early adopter. All right, so I mean that's just sort of a summation of what we got going here. But I guess there's a hint that there's a new map coming out, which is definitely, it's always good. Yeah, I mean, so far I'm definitely a fan of the. At first, I was a big not fan of Terra Firma Crucible, but it's actually grown on me. Um, so anyway, new Platinum Custom Collection. I don't buy any of these. You know, in my opinion. I mean, I I I don't know. I've spent like $20 on this game total, I think. This game's very great with microtransactions, in my opinion. I mean, I hear that sometimes it can be really pricey, but um, overall, it's like you don't, unlike a lot of other games out there, you don't like have to buy really anything, which, in my opinion, that's like the very important part. So, yeah, if you want to support PGI, you know, you can do these platinum things or mech-based or whatever. So, yeah, so anyway, moving on. Map adjustments. Level designer Krasdax continues to play the game and gather feedback. Canyon Network, 2 new ramps added to the Southeast Gorge. If that's where I think it is, I am a big fan of that. Southeast, because I think that's like right where the one team spawns, and there's been many times where I've gotten there's like a weird point where you get stuck in like the outer ring if you're in a mech that's too big. So if that's where I think it is, I like it. Caustic Valley out of bounds area, and whatever. Invisible Wall has moved outside of play area. I've never dealt with that on that map. Crimson Strait, invisible wall placed on center mountain. Center mountain? Oh yeah, Crimson. Yeah, I was thinking of whatever. Um, I've never dealt with that either. I whatever. Conquest capture points and spawns moved. I like that because I know the one flag is like way out in fucking. It's like all the way in like the ass end, which was always annoying. Emerald Vale, center buildings replaced with buildings that have better hitboxes. Um, I'm fine with that. I never really noticed. Floating shipping container removed. I never noticed that, surprisingly. Building placed to block sniper angle. I'm okay with that. Hatchet Man came in and chopped down some trees in the city center. I'm fine with that. Forest colony. Goat path. Wait a minute. Forest colony. Is Forest Colony the big one? hang on, let me MWO Forest Colony. Okay, so this is the one with the tunnel. Okay. Go path carved into the northeast mountains. Mini map adjusted to be more zoomed in. Or I'm definitely fine with another path on that map because in fact uh I don't know if anyone at PGI is like listening to little old me, but there's a lot of stuff I've like complained about that seems to be fixed in here. So either other people are also complaining about it, or uh, yeah, I don't know. It's probably just a coinky dink, but yeah, that map I've definitely complained about how there's only like three ways to go, and I always get fucked on all of them. So definitely like that. Frozen City Classic Night Storm. Invisible walls placed to prevent players from reaching certain areas. Out of bound area adjusted to line up map boundaries. I'm fine with that, I guess. Grand Plexus, invisible walls placed to prevent. I think that Mist Link's doing all his shenanigans. I think he might he might have had a lot of work done for him specifically. HPG manifold level of detail asset issue fixed. Small mechanical. Okay, whatever. Polar Highlands. Rock adjusted to block a rending. Okay. Rubelite. Invisible. I think I've gotten stuck there before. I know there's somewhere I've gotten stuck. And it's like a really weird spot. It might be that one. Viridian Bog. Which one's Viridian Bog? Viridian? Is that a faction? Viridian? MWO Viridian Bog. Oh yeah. Yikes. Yeah, I know what map that is. Floating tree removed, I wouldn't know what that is. Invisible walls placed, yeah. Northern pathway carved into the mountain fur. Interesting. That's fine. Vitric replaced middle ramp bridge so that viewing section at a certain angle no longer makes. Okay. Floating building attached to wall. Does that mean removed? Do they want a floating building? Ledge overhang replaced to prevent viewing the underside of the roof. I can't really. Middle power connector level of detail. Okay, lowered roof near spawn ramp to prevent viewing on. Are they saying there's like a visible glitch where like I know if sometimes something isn't like textured correctly, you can like see like through it at certain angles. Is that what they're talking about? Anyway, so nothing too whatever massive here, but all nice little stuff. All right, so this is interesting. Ballistic weapons, AC 10 and 20 for Clan and Innersphere, the vanilla as opposed to Ultra. They all got a buff. Now it's not a massive buff. I mean, 0.1 seconds cooldown. I mean, what is that? Uh, it's like a 4% damage boost roughly if I'm doing that math right. Cuz 0.2 would be like 10% ish. So that's not bad. I mean, 4 or 5% DPS boost. Uh, yeah. I mean, it could definitely use it because eight vanilla AC 10s and 20s. Don't see them very often. AC 20 decrease cooldown to 375 from 4. So that's, I think that's about the same because 0.4 would be like a 10% damage boost ish. So 0.25, yeah, I mean that's like 6% or something. And a velocity boost, which is also pretty nice. So yeah, no, that's I'm definitely okay with that. This isn't the kind of stuff I was expecting. I don't really know what I was expecting, to be honest, like weapons wise. But I'm okay with this stuff. Now the heavy Gauss rifle is interesting because isn't the Fafnir like pretty fucking good? I mean, just because the Fafnir is good, does that mean heavy Gauss rifles are also good? I don't know, but uh, they're definitely prevalent. So uh, it'll be interesting. Are we gonna have like Fafnir again or something? Probably not. But uh, and to be honest, I don't even know shit about heavy Gauss rifles, like using them. Like, and this is a serious question for you guys. Like, do you guys feel that they needed a buff? Just being on the receiving end of them, they seem fine. But um, hmm, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, but they seem to be in an okay spot. So anyway, reduced enhanced ECM skill node value to 20% from 22.5. I'm okay with that. I think we all know ECM is a little it's not like overpowered, but it's very, very good. So uh so I think this is like a reasonable way of touching it. And increased jump jet heat shielding skill node value to 12% from 6%. Jump jet heat shielding. So what, when you jump jet, you do less heat damage to yourself? I'm fine with that. I don't think I'll be using it. Not that I would, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it can't hurt to buff it. So, mech agility adjustments. Mech with max torso pitch less than 30 degrees are now normalized to 30 degrees. I wonder what mech set is. I mean, I play lights and mediums, so I don't think many are affected by that. Torus pitch speed for all mechs is now set to 72% of yaw speed. Interesting. I don't even know what to make of that. Pitch speed. So going up and down, looking up and down is always 72% of yaw speed. Like what was it before? Like was it like different on some maybe? Anyway. All right, so missed links. Well, just to preface, now we're on the mech Quirk adjustments. Missed links. Reduced the torso armor bonus to +8 from +15. Added. Okay, so it basically just says less omnipotting for you if you want the bonus, which is fine. I mean, let me bring up something here quick, because there is like I feel like the missed links. Okay, because I feel like, okay, so there are like a bunch of builds that use omnipods for misslinks. Yeah, I feel like most of the builds I've seen don't use omnipods, so I'm I don't know if Mislinks needed a nerf in my opinion. So I think this is like reasonable because it's like not really. It doesn't seem to be like a crippling nerf by any means. So that's fine. Incubus. All right, now this is the this is the interesting one because if you've been keeping tabs on my videos, I made an Incubus video and I was like, this thing doesn't need a nerf, it's fine. And then and then somebody in the comments told me like what the build is, and then I tried it and yeah, it's nuts. So uh now the thing that's a little interesting is they nerfed like all these in different ways. I sort of figured they would just like nerf them all like the same. Um uh so it's interesting, like maybe they're sort of experimenting to see like which one like works the best, or maybe they just have a good enough understanding that uh I mean, I guess if they nerfed them all the same, then they would all just feel the same, but this way they all feel a little different. Um so if I go over here, let's see. Let me see if I can do this. So Incubus. All right, so Incubus 1 got 10% cooldown removed. All right, so it's going to have no cooldown. Uh I think that's fine cuz you're sort of heat gated anyway and it doesn't affect the machine guns. So that doesn't really matter. Incubus 2 less armor. Um that's a touch of less armor, so should be fine. Incubus 3, 25% machine gun rate of fire removed. I feel like that one hurts the most, uh, but still not that bad. I mean, I think it'll be fine. Incubus 5, removed 10% laser duration, and then added weapon stuff. I mean, that's interesting because that doesn't really even seem like. I mean, laser duration's good. Don't get me wrong, but I mean that's a very like spritzing of nerf. So I'm fine with it. I never I think Incubus is good and getting nerfed is it makes sense. But I will say I'm happy with these nerfs because they're not like taking it out back and shooting it, you know. Uh, so now the saber is interesting. They sort of I this one I read earlier, and it's like they're trying to they're sort of trying to force it into like being like a brawler, which I'm fine with because they're really trying to lean into the missile stuff. Now the missile stuff on the saber, it's relatively low on the body, so you know, and it's also like SRM, so you're not gonna be like hill humping with it. Like it definitely goes against the grain of what the Incubus was trying to do. Um, so I think I don't know. I think they'll all be fine. I don't think the machine gun rate of fire is going to do that much. So, and I'm interested in trying this after the change to see if the missiles feel like significantly better. I feel like 20%. Uh, yeah. So the missile cooldown, it's gonna be basically it's 2.5% faster. So you probably won't feel that. The missile velocity is pretty good, but whatever. Spread's pretty good for SRMs, especially SRM sixes. Uh, and missile range on SRMs is actually really nice. So overall, I personally am a fan of those changes. All right, the 3L, the Raven, the infamous like support guy. Armor bonus increase, seismic sensor range, missile cooldown. Yeah, so they're like really leaning into the supporty nature of the Raven 3L. Now, I feel like the Raven 3L is the only one I see, but I think they're doing all of this because just with the way PSR is, support it's like support is really good in like the correct situation, but if you're playing solo, it can feel really bad just because like and I'm just throwing out these numbers. It's like there's like a 50% chance you can be like really helpful for the team, like with narcs and stuff. But there's a 50% chance you like can't like you're just sort of like hosed in what you can really bring to the table. Like if you have no learn boats to support, then you're just sort of like whatever. You can still support, but it's not the same. And then likewise, uh, can you like leverage your supporting nature to increasing your PSR, which is a lot harder than if you're running a laser boat. So, um, so it'll be interesting. Now the Raven 3L, it was like in the ideal situation, it was like really, it could be really good. So it'll be interesting if it sees a lot more play after this. Raven 2X, I don't even know what that is. Raven 2X. Cooldown range, sensor range. All right, so I don't know, just sort of there. 40% info gathering speed, left and right torso. Yeah. I mean that stuff's pretty good. I don't see it changing too much though. Raven 4X. I don't know. Typically these like bracket build mechs are well, let's see what this is. And we're on the 4X. So more armor, increased range, -5 heat. Mm, I I don't see that changing too much. Raven H. I don't really know. I don't know much of anything about basically every hero mech. Jump jet stuff. 10-second UAV duration. That's interesting. Typically in tier 1 games, they get shot down pretty quick. Sometimes they don't, except everybody's yelling about it. So that's actually interesting, but I don't see that changing a whole lot. Now this one is interesting because I did the Panther in a video. Uh, I did. I mean, you know, in the comments, we're all sort of like poking fun at it. I mean, it's not terrible. Uh, I would use the Panther before I'd use any of these Ravens. Uh, the change I'm sort of torn about because it's like they're really pushing the two missile pods in the center torso, but there's just nothing you can really do with it. Like all right, so your max armor, ferrofibrous, like the most you can really stuff in there is two SRM4s. But then like what do you do over here? You know, like one rack 10 uh or rack 5, but then you don't really have enough space for ammo. Like if you do like a 10-ton engine. Yeah, I you could do like a rack 2, but is that like you could do like one AC5. So I don't know. I mean, what like on this one, what do you guys think? Do you think there's something that could really be done about this? Uh, I want to use this thing. Let me put it that way. I would love to do something, but I just don't see it really working. I think the best option would be like one rack two SRM4s. Uh, even then, it's kind of rough because you get rid of that, you get rid of some of this, you get rid of this. So you have, well, yeah, I mean, um, that could maybe work, but then the cooldown doesn't really help the rack anyway. So I don't know. I'm hopeful about this one, but I don't see it going anywhere. Uh, 8Z laser range duration. Uh, 10Z. Wait, 8Z. Yeah, I mean three ER larges maybe. Oh, standard laser range, of course. So three regular large lasers. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That actually might be worth trying, but I don't think it's that fantastic. But um, I don't know. I might try that, but I'm not gonna trip over myself to do it. All right, Viper. Uh, the Viper. I don't know how many times I've uh whatever unloaded my frustrations about the Viper, about how terrible I am with it. Uh, I don't know, dude. Uh, I mean, apparently it's really good. I think it's on the tier list, right? Viper. Yeah. So it is on the tier list in the A section. Uh, but I mean this is just like a touch of a nerf anyway, so whatever. Like I don't think you're gonna die from your center torso anytime soon in that thing, just because people are gonna shoot at your legs. Um, Arctic Wolf, Arctic Wolf 1, huh? Arctic Wolf 1. Oh, that's the one I sold anyway, like an idiot. Don't ever sell mechs unless you like absolutely have to, like unless you're literally full on mech base. Uh, so it gets a touch of a nerf. Oh, Minecraft. Um, reduce CT armor bonus. I mean, in summation, that's actually kind of a hit because that's what 12. It's 15 total armor gone. Um, I'm kind of surprised that's getting nerfed. I never. It's another thing I never really noticed. Um, and I disliked it so much I sold it. So, Vindicator, all increased armor bonus on arms by 50%. I definitely like that because Vindicator is one of those like basically arm only mechs, and yeah, it really sucks when you lose your arms. So I like that. I love it. Crab, the crab 20 added 10% heat. The crab 20. Okay. I think the crab 20 is the one that doesn't really get used. Now this is interesting because this happens to be the one I got. And they removed It's interesting. So they're basically saying, okay, no more standard laser garbage. You are now the PPC crab. 60% velocity. I mean, you'd probably be using snubs on this thing anyway, but 60%, dude, that's a fucking lot. Like 30% is really good. So I wonder what their plan is with that. Unless that's a typo. 10% range, cooldown heat. I'm happy I have this one, dude, because this actually sounds really fucking good. This will probably be the first thing I try after the patch. I'll probably make a video on it. The Hunchback. Let me see. All right, this is a half hour. I think we're almost done. All right, so the Hunchback, 2CA. Yeah, I mean that thing. The hard points on that thing are just bonkers. So giving it a bit of a nerf. I don't think anybody could really disagree with that. Hellfire. This is another one. I've never noticed Hellfire. I don't like. I don't even know. This is a serious question. Like, are the hard points like what makes the Hellfire so good? Is it like the hard points? Is it because it's like it has mask? Um, I don't know. Maybe you guys can answer that one for me. Crusade, the infamous Crusader. Let me see which the Crusader, the 6T. Oh, interesting. There, that one, huh? I always get the variants mixed up, but I guess the sixth. I guess it's the 6T and the Krail that are really like the Crusader boogeymen. Um, yeah, because I don't think I've really seen. I think I've seen this one, the like the SRM one. Well, actually, that's the SRM one. Yeah, but I mean, really, the 6T and the Krail are the ones you see the most often. Uh, so that thing getting nerfed, can't say I'm surprised. I mean, that fucking guy's everywhere. Uh, and it's annoying enough where I think that's reasonable. Hellbringer removed, +5 armor from left torso, increased left torso armor to +10. So from what I remember, yeah, Hellbringer. I've never used a Hellbringer, but from my understanding, you're always using Omnipods. So, uh, Hellbringer F. Let me just see what that is. Hellbringer F. Hellbringer F. Yeah. So they're basically saying, hey, if you want the armor, you gotta use F vanilla, which makes sense. I mean, Hellbringer's fucking everywhere. Rifleman. Um. So the 2CA and the 2CCH, they're getting rid of the UAC5 stuff and giving it flat jam chance. Let me see here. Rifleman 2C. So the A and the CH. Um, I'm fine. I mean, in my opinion, using in particular clan UACs with no jam chance reduction feels so bad. So I'm fine with that. Uh, I see a lot of riflemen's, but I don't even know what builds they're using, so can't give too much of an opinion on that. Sun Spider, AMB, ML, the two hero variants. Uh, so they're basically forcing you out of the Omnipods, sort of, even though I'm sure people just use them anyway. Sun Spider. Which one is it? The AMB ML. Oh, so this is the one people use for the yeah. This is the one people use for the large pulse lasers. Oh no, it's this one. They use this one for the large pulse lasers. What do they use this one for? PPCs? I don't know if I've seen a PPC Sun Spider, but you know, in my opinion on heavies anyway. Um, I don't know. Ever since they touched the Sun Spider D, I haven't really seen too much egregiousness from Sun Spiders. Timberwolf. Yeah, Timberwolves are fucking everywhere. Probably because, you know, it's fucking Timberwolf and they're really fucking good. So reduce CT bonus from yeah. So I mean basically all this is you know, more trying to shove people out of the omnipods, but I don't see this changing anything. I mean I'm fine with the change, but I don't see people selling their Timberwolves after a change like that. Two, five. What? The Orion SK. Uh, oh, so I guess they don't want people using large pulse lasers for that. That's another thing I wasn't really aware of. Like only large pulse laser boating. Uh, so uh, interesting. Uh, yeah, I mean, and speaking of which, you probably don't want my opinion on any of this shit, but I'll just go through it. Warmer 2C, remove 5% heat. 2C3, uh, reduce laser heat to 5. Added 5%. That's interesting. Added 5% heavy laser heat. Is that like a large pulse laser thing again? Marauder 2C. Those things are fucking everywhere, dude. So I'm fine with a change like this. Uh, Again, I mean, overall, I'm happy they don't like gut anything. Because that just feels bad. Like you using League of Legends as an example, because I used to play that game a lot. When they would just like gut champions, it was just so fucking annoying. Because if it, it makes this like weird situation where uh like I was also bad at that game, so like I play a lot of Sona because Sona's just like she's so easy, uh, and it was really easy to rank up with. Uh, But like what would happen is as soon as it would start getting used in pro play, they would just like fucking nerf the shit out of it. Without a second thought, they would just like fucking gutter, dude. And it was really annoying. But yeah, PGI doesn't seem to like do that kind of thing, which is really nice. Uh 2CB, remove laser heat. Yeah, so it's probably more like stop abusing large pulse lasers. Um, and the Warhawk C a little more on that end. Um, so overall, I think it's all very reasonable stuff. Uh, I would say my personal highlight is this crab change. I am definitely going for this first. Uh, so what do you guys think? Was it I guess the question that's a little harder for me to answer is like, is there anything I would have liked to have seen on here that wasn't? Or like, do you guys have anything you would have liked to have seen in a patch? Uh I don't know. Uh I guess personally I would have liked to see like if there's a way to touch heavy PPCs in a way that doesn't make them egregious. Uh because right now they just like in my opinion they just don't feel worth the tonnage. Um So giving them like a little bit of a bone would have been nice. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the balance in this game is actually pretty good. So, uh, yeah. So anyway, so that was the patch notes. Let me know what you guys think about the patch notes or this video. If you like this stuff or if you don't give a fuck, you can let me know either way. Uh, you guys are doing great, so I don't really need to bring it up, but subscriptions are always extremely helpful. Comments are good, likes are good, all that stuff. You guys are great. I appreciate it. I will see you guys later.